Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we are discussing the royal blood situation. For those that don't know, royal blood have been in a bit of hot water lately. A little bit of hot water over some remarks they made at what I assume was Dundee Music Festival. For those that don't know, I think they were slated to play just before, I think, Lewis Capaldi. I think they just got off after Niall Horan, who is an ex-member of One Direction, I think. So, yeah, this was a pretty big situation. And obviously, they're kind of in a bit of hot water at the moment. Now, for those that don't know, Royal Blood are one of the biggest up-and-coming rock bands. I personally absolutely love this band. I think what they're doing is really cool. And I think, they have an example to set as one of the up-and-coming rock bands of the future. So I think I'm just going to let the clip play for itself now. But yeah, this is the clip.
Well, I guess I should introduce ourselves, seeing as no one actually knows who we are. We're called Royal Blood, and this is rock music. Who likes rock music? 9 people, brilliant. This is Ben Thatcher, he plays drums. Everybody say hi to Ben, please. We're having to clap ourselves because that was so pathetic. Well done, Ben. Will you clap for us? Can you clap? You're busy. Can you clap? Busy. Yes, even he's clapping. What does that say about you?
I don't think I need to explain too much about what that clip showed. To me, not only is this setting a bad example for Royal Blood, but this is setting a bad example for rock music. Because Royal Blood are one of the bigger rock bands. Don't get me wrong, they are absolutely huge, Royal Blood. They're nowhere near the size of these pop artists. They are on 3.7 million Spotify listeners, Royal Blood. So this is no small band. They are absolutely massive. So, but they aren't anywhere as big as the people they were playing before and after. 70% of the people there probably didn't even know who Royal Blood were, to be perfectly honest. No offense to Royal Blood, but 70% of the people there probably didn't know who they were. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to win these fans over. These are probably pop fans more than anything, and probably aren't used to rock music, bar your Nirvana or your Blur. So you kind of have to win these fans over. Do you think calling them pathetic is going to win these fans over? I don't think it will, guys. I don't know. Something tells me people don't like being insulted. And personally, I thought the crowd were perfectly good. A few of my mates play in bands. I've got my mate, he plays for a hardcore band called Bear Trap. Go check him out if you haven't already. He would be overjoyed to play to a crowd like this. It would be literally a dream for him. And these guys are just acting like entitled idiots, for lack of a better term. And then, of course, I just need to get of course, I didn't show that part because I was afraid that my video might get age restricted. But they put the middle fingers up as they left the stage, or at least Mike did, the singer. Now, this is just peak entitlement. Goodness me. Not only does this set a bad example for Royal Blood, who will now have this on them for the rest of their career. Not that I think this is some career-ending thing, but I thought I'd discuss it. And if the members of Royal Blood do happen to be watching, please do listen to me. You are a rock band. You're not as big as these pop acts. As much as I wish you were bigger than these pop acts, you're not. You've got to win the fans over. You're essentially a support act. For Lewis Capaldi. You're just a support act. What you've got to do is win these fans over. And calling them pathetic and saying that they're not cheering loud enough for you, that's not, saying that they're not cheering now loud enough. Saying oh, I can't hear you. That's going to win them over because it will encourage them to cheer louder. But it just comes across really entitled Like, honestly. It just comes across really, really entitled. They feel like playing to this crowd, a crowd like this, is a privilege, not a right. And at the same time, as well as this, I think this is kind of tainted Royal Blood. Like, they were to show how big this was, they were third trending on Twitter when I woke up yesterday. Now, I didn't make the video on it yesterday. I would have done, but I was busy. I went to London, so yeah. But they seem to be thinking that the crowd are just obliged to give them their love. They're not obliged to. If the crowd thinks you're awful, they can say you're awful. A crowd, you kind of have to earn their respect rather than actually be entitled to it. At the same time, you're at a festival. A lot of the people there aren't there to see you. They're probably there to see some other act. Like, I'm told Lewis Capaldi was the guy after this. A lot of them were probably there to see him. He's one of the biggest pop artists in all of the UK right now. A lot of them were probably there to see him. And just happened to arrive during Royal Blood's set. I've seen the defence that why was Royal Blood placed in between two big pop acts? Probably to give Royal Blood more attention. Just because the crowd maybe doesn't enjoy it, you know, doesn't mean that you've got to act like such an entitled brat, for a lack of a better word. Like, and obviously, you know, it's just like, this sets a bad example for people who are new to rock music as well. Because they said this is rock music. People will take it as that all rock musicians are just entitled idiots, which we're not. Well, I'm not a rock musician, but they're not all entitled idiots. Like, I've actually met some of the metal guys. They're some of the nicest guys in the world. Like, but this sets an example. Like, this makes it harder for new bands to break out. If you're just going to act like, just because people don't like your music, you're just going to throw like a temper tantrum. It's honestly quite pathetic. But yeah, I just thought I'd give my thoughts on this. The whole Royal Blood situation is just peak entitlement. Sorry, I just scored a banger of a goal just then. Sorry, I had to. That was sick. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, this is Lil R1. Just shocked at this band's entitlement and signing off.